Quite a few cars in here. What's up, Robert? Couldn't find you there for a second.
How about some nostalgia?
Look at that. All right, so Robert wanted to talk about Veterans Day.
I just, today is, of course, November 11th, Veterans Day, or Remembrance Day. Obviously, I want to give a shout out to all my brothers and sisters in arms out there. Happy Veterans Day. I myself can't tell from the hat, I'm a U.S. Army veteran. So God bless you all, and thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Anytime.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Brink of Speed. Yes, today I'm back at Corvette World, but I'm not here for C8s or C7s or even C6s. I'm here for a very special car, a car that I started my extreme passion with for Corvettes because I got to own it, and that was a C5 Z06. And guess what? Corvette World just happens to have a pristine red, just like mine, C5 Z06. The only difference is that this one is a 2002 instead of a 2003, but that's it. Same horsepower, same engine, same everything else. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get inside, but real quick, before we go in, please hit that red subscribe and the bell for notifications when my new videos come out, and please hit that thumbs up button so that YouTube pushes this video out, and that helps support this channel. All right, let's go ahead and go on inside. Ooh, quite a few cars in here. What's up, Robert? Couldn't find you there for a second.
How about some nostalgia?
Look at that. Holy crap. Man.
4,360 original miles. Still on the original tires.
Honestly, man, this gets me super excited because this is the very first the very first Corvette I ever owned.
Let's start here, huh?
I was telling the audience the only difference is it's a 2002 instead of an 03. Looks like it's in really good condition. So how many miles are on it?
4,360 miles. I mean, look at that. Talk about the...
oh yeah, I mean, look at the leather on the doors. Now, they didn't do LT1, 2, and 3 back then.
No,
so
you have
explain what this is.
So with the Z06, they have what they call the 1SA base equipment group. Is what they called it for the Z06. The setup was, and this will ring familiar with succeeding generations, heads-up display was standard.
Right.
As it was in even the base level of the C7 and the C6. The driver's seat was powered with memory, but the passenger seat was always manual operated base.
Right.
The equipment level was kind of a hybrid between the between your base to your 1SC, which is fully loaded. So obviously you had the Bose Premium, the memory, and all that, which would be on a more loaded 1SC, but everything else is fairly base, like a 1SA. I've only seen them with CD players. To my knowledge, I didn't see cassette
that's what
players.
mine had.
So,
yeah,
so
mine just had a CD.
At the time, cassette players were still in play on these, but I've only seen CD players. So this one, of course, has the CD player with the Bose Premium sound. Stitching, or in this case, this is they call this the torch red with black combo interior.
Yep, this is the same exact interior that I had. And as you can see, everything has worn really well, but I mean, it only has 4,300 miles.
4,360.
There you go.
When I was a kid, when C5 came out, I remember, how exotic they looked. People knock on it today. I think a lot of that was unfounded. I think for its time,
sure,
it was very easy to use. And if maintained, I've seen some with some higher mileage on them. If you maintain them, they will hold up.
And you guys are going to be excited because this is a manual. They didn't even make Z06s in automatics back then. They didn't start that till C7. So
of course, when this came out, they resurrected the name LS6. Of course, this is the little bit of history on the LS6. If you go back to the 1970, the Chevelle LS6 454 big block, it was considered the pinnacle ultimate muscle car to ever come out of the 60s, and obviously 1970 at the very end of it. They put that same motor in Corvette 1971, and that would be the last powerful and 400 horsepower Corvette all the way until 1993 when they upped the ZR1 to 405.
Sure.
When it came out in 2001, it was 385 horsepower. Then they, very similar to what they did with the C4 ZR1, they started at 375, went to 405. This one they started at 385, but they only waited 1 year. In the 2002, which is this year, they upped it to 405. And it did make a difference. It shaved off 1/10 of a second on the 0 to 60, 2/10 on the quarter.
Oh yeah.
And increased top speed from 171 to 176. So hey, take what you can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the previous owner did do some upgrades. He's got a K&N cold air intake with carbon fiber filter.
Sweet.
Assembly there.
That's beautiful.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
He does have some headers in here.
Oh, okay.
If you look down, it is merged into the Cadillac converters down there. So it is it does have stock Cadillac converters and mid-pipe.
Okay.
But then he finishes it off with a MagnaFlow
Sweet.
performance exhaust.
Yeah, I noticed those were different tips.
Those are definitely some very nice.
Oh yeah,
steel
that's
tips.
really nice. Sweet.
So the car's got a little bit more growl than the stock titanium exhaust.
Sure.
I myself am a huge fan of the stock titanium exhaust.
Me too, but I replaced mine too.
Yep, a lot of people did. These look very nice on there because again, they create that profile that the C5 started about those fat pipes in the middle. Right. Which would carry on for 2 additional generations. And of course, one of the more humorous things about the early 2000s.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's unbelievable that they put that huge antenna on there. That should have been like a little nubby right there.
Well, and that's where a lot of aftermarket went. They usually saw them to about that height too.
Right. So I guess the next question, Robert, is: are you going to let me take this out and drive it?
Yes, we are.
Holy crap! Yes.
Come on now, Mike.
Hey. You never know. I just want to make sure. Fresh startup on the C5 Z06. That is absolutely amazing. All right, let's give her a start and head on out. Yeah, it sounds great. Now, one thing I'm going to have to get used to is that right there, that enormous hood in front of me. I'm definitely not used to that. That was something that I had to get used to back in 2005 when I owned this car. Never had a car that had a giant hood like that, but anyway, let's get rolling. I better adjust these mirrors. Got them adjusted. Oh man, I love it. Oh, this is so amazing. So amazing. I mean, it gives me the same exact feeling that it gave me back 15 years ago. It literally makes you feel like you're driving a race car. And that's all there is to it. Oh man. I mean, this car, like I said, it just feels like you're driving a legal race car, a street legal race car. Every little tiny movement on the steering wheel the car reacts to. And just, man, The steering on this car is power assisted rack and pinion, if my memory serves me correctly, and it's a totally different feeling than what I'm driving now or what I came from. The C7, or I think even the C6 was different than this. So it's been a while. Forgive me, you know, if I'm wrong about that, but you can leave that down in the comments. I miss this. I miss this feeling big time, and obviously I miss the feeling of driving a manual transmission. And again, the smile on my face is pretty much showing you guys what this is doing to me, how I'm reminiscing in this car. Had a lot of great times in this car. Okay, so one thing, you just heard the tires really spin there. One thing that's crazy about this car is it still has the original Eagle F1 Goodyear tires on it, and that's not good. I mean, if they truly are 18 years old, this car is dangerous for anyone that doesn't know what they're doing in it. Obviously, I have experience with these high-power cars and can handle it, but man. But anyway, I digress. Really, I'd like to compare this with the C6 Z06. Obviously, I've always said that the looks of the C6 Z06 were not enough different for me to like one over the other enormously. Yes, I did like the C6 Z06 better than the C5 Z06, but I still love the way this car looks. I think it looks phenomenal, and for it to have a 5.7 liter V8 LS6 with 405 horsepower, man, I'm going to tell you, back in 2002, 2003, even 2005 when I bought mine, that was a ton of power. Still feels phenomenal. Now, I'm not going to be able to really get into it because those tires are so worn and so hard that it's going to lose traction really quickly. But everything in this car seems to be working beautifully. The clutch is great, the brakes are great, the acceleration, everything is responding, you know, like that. So if you're in the market for one of these and you're thinking, well, I don't know if I want to settle for a C5, trust me, you are not settling. This car is still a phenomenal car, even when comparing it to modern day cars. It still has a lot of technology in it. The active handling button down here actually does multiple functions. So if you just tap it, it takes off both traction control and active handling. If you hold it in, and I believe it's either 10 or 15 seconds, it could even be 20 seconds, it puts you into competitive driving mode. And competitive driving mode is obviously for track use only. It is extremely low on limitations with the active handling and the traction control. So yeah, the feeling of this car is obviously completely different, especially than what I'm driving right now. But man, oh man, I would love to own one of these. In fact, that is my goal, ladies and gentlemen. My goal is to own a C5 Z06 again. I want to get something very similar to this, very low miles, well kept, and kind of turn it into just a track car where, you know, yes, I'll drive it around town, but mainly it's there for going to the track. And all of your continued support on this channel is obviously, I am so grateful to each and every one of you for all of your wonderful support. Again, if you have not checked out the Brink of Speed store, I'd love for you to check it out. You can help support the channel in that way as well, by purchasing, you know, a hoodie, long sleeve shirt, a t-shirt. We have men's, women, and little kids products. So all of that will be in my first comment and the description below, and you can get in touch with us that way. So is the overall feeling of this car great still to me? Yes, it's not a bumpy ride. I was expecting it to be a bumpy ride because I remember that. That's one of my memories of this car, that you could feel every little bump in the road, but you really can't. It's actually a smooth ride. And this is surprising to me because, like I said, I thought I remembered it being more of a bumpy ride than this. Everything else is smooth about the car as well. The seats are comfortable. Now, they aren't near as comfortable as the C7 or the C8, but they actually feel more comfortable to me than the C6 seats did. It seemed like they were thinner. So yeah, this is a wonderful riding car. The exhaust back there is not too loud. To me, it's perfect. And it's roomy in here. Yeah, you've got this huge hood in front of you, but you can see easily, and you've got an electric seat that you can raise up if you want to see even better. I don't mind this at all. So go buy some stuff on the Brink of Speed store and help me get this car sooner than later. But I'm so happy that Corvette World let me come and take this for a spin. I've got to get back. Robert's probably wondering where I'm at. I wish I could drive this all day. I definitely don't want to go back. By the way, the views out of this car are spectacular. Yes, you still have to adjust your mirrors, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to see behind you very well there. And you've got this big window in the back to see out, no problems there. And then you have this huge window up front to look out, and you're not thinking, I don't have views here. You're thinking, wow, I can actually see perfectly out this car. Oh man, the torque in this car, the torque is phenomenal. I mean, you've got 405 horse, I believe it's 405 torque. So it's absolutely phenomenal torque as well as horsepower. See that? That was literally a quarter power to the throttle and it wanted to spin. It's crazy. By the way, everything is working perfectly in this car as well. I haven't tried the radio, but the air is blowing freezing cold. And you know, driving at 45 miles an hour here, you're just cruising in fourth gear. No drone from the exhaust. Smooth ride. Comfortable ride. God, I love this car. Ooh, little bumpy road here, but still, it's soaked up those bumps pretty darn good. I am impressed. Oh man, look at that. Oh, love it. The traction control kicked in a little tiny bit there, mainly the active handling. But I'll tell you, this car can take the corners. So we're back here at Corvette World. I'm going to go inside and show you a few things in there, and then we'll wrap up the video. So real quick, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to point out a couple of features that I really absolutely loved about this car. Number one is these front grille pieces. I always thought that both of those made it look a lot more like a exotic type car. And then this side air intake for the rear brakes, same thing. Really nice grille pieces in those. So a couple of things that I really enjoyed about that car. But the other thing is I love the wheels. These wheels They're not black, they are gunmetal gray. And it was the first set of really nice wheels I'd ever had on a car. And can't forget this wonderful badge right here. There you go. 405 horsepower. So I'm just gonna do a quick walk around just so you guys can see this one more time. Now I know that this car has not been cleaned yet. They have not taken it back through service and done any of the maintenance on it and have not detailed it yet either. So this car has some stuff on it, but it won't once they are done with it, and it'll be perfectly spotless. All right, so that's the C5 Z06 review. I hope you guys enjoyed that. One thing I just wanted to point out to you is there are no C8s in here anymore, and all they've got in here right now is C6s, C7s, and this one C5. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is really gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, please leave comments down below letting me know what you think. Also, a big thanks to Robert, as usual, for helping out with, letting us know all the facts and figures we need to know about the car. And as always, the Corvette World information will be up in the top left or right corner. So make sure you give Robert a call and ask him if this car is still available and when you can come down and actually take a look at it and buy it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna wrap this up. I know you can tell how excited I was to drive that car. It was absolutely amazing, but I had to bring it back to Corvette World so they can actually get it prepared and get it ready to sell, because that thing's gonna go quick. Now, one last thing that I did not go over was the price. The price is $28,995. And that absolutely blows my mind, actually, because in 2005, when I bought mine, it had 1,700 miles on it, and the price at that point was $37,500. So it was a little less than $10,000 more than this car is 18 years later, really 15 years later, from when I bought my car. So for all those people out there that say Corvettes don't hold their value, this is a great example of how this car with low mileage still is almost a $30,000 car. That's pretty incredible. I think it's pretty much almost at the end of its depreciation cycle. So anyway, with all that being said, if you enjoyed the video, give me a big thumbs up. Also, leave comments down below and let me know what you think. And please hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications when my new content comes out. I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you out on the road.